Hey, how's it going? This is Simon. Long time no see, right? So it's already mid-November, but the weather here in Taiwan is still super good. As you can see, I'm only wearing a sweater, but I'm still sweating a little bit. So anyways, today is Sunday, so we're just gonna get a little short trip. Right now we are actually a little bit far away from Taichung City. I think we are in Miaoli, which is like 50 kilometers away. We just spent like 1 hour got here, and right now we are in a local ranch. It's called Flying Cow Ranch. I think it is not that famous. Maybe people like around the area, they know this place. My wife, she used to come here like when she was very young, and so yeah, the ticket price is about like $2.50 per person. And so basically you get a map, and you also get some like local coupon, which you can exchange some like milk. I bet they have some like cow here, so you can get some fresh milk. So yeah, I think right now it's actually almost around afternoon time, so we're just gonna walk around and see what they got. I guess we're just gonna enjoy our relaxing Sunday afternoon. Just got some milk from our coupon, that tiny little bottle of milk. So nothing fancy, pretty ordinary, but it tastes actually okay. Yeah. Today we got a lot of people here. I think that's one of the hobby Taiwanese have. During the weekend, usually they just go to a local farm or a ranch or some public park and hang out with their family members. So yeah, I guess today we're just gonna do what they do. It looks like this ranch is actually not that small, it's pretty big, so we were too lazy to walk around, so we just got some ticket. And so they have a little like truck towing some trailer around the ranch, and gonna have some brief introduction, probably gonna last for like 40 minutes, so we're just gonna sit here, and then they're just gonna drive us around the ranch and yeah, give us a tour. Alright, right now we are at our first stop of our tiny little tour. So I think this place is more like a warm house, and they got a lot of butterflies inside. Some of them there just look exactly like dead leaves, but obviously they are butterflies. I think this tour is actually more geared toward tiny little kids, so basically they tell them some of the basic stories and knowledge about animals. So yeah, I guess we're just gonna tag along and kill some time.
我们这一班就是难得这个时间是牛牛有出来散步的，不然前几班。
Actually, the tiny little tour we booked only technically has 2 stops. The first stop is the butterfly place, and the second stop is this farm where they kept a lot of lovely animals, such as those goats over here, or sheep, I don't know. So yeah, then the tour bus is just gonna go back, so we decided to just drop off over here. Because I think at 4:30 they're gonna have a little show, like animal show here. So yes, we're just gonna stay here and see what happens. So that duck parade was pretty wild. I would say this ranch is okay. It's decent. If you happen to be here, you have some kids, you can come here. But I don't think it's worth coming here solely for this reason. If you are kind of far away, because there are a lot of farm ranch in this area. So yeah. So right now we're just gonna sit over here, and there's another activity where actually you can milk the cow. So maybe we're gonna try that after. I think it will happen at 5 o'clock. So right now I'm just gonna stay here. Okay. So I just want to mention one thing. Several days ago I actually talked with some of my Western friends living in Shanghai. And during this particular sensitive time when there's a tension between mainland China and the West, I know a lot of foreigners, they have left China, but still we got some foreigners living in China and they appear to love their life in China. So I just want to talk about why they're gonna stick in China. Actually, my friend, he just gave me some of his reasons, and he said China is probably one of the best place for him and for his wife. Yes, I would say China is probably the best place for him. Just give you some of the reason, and also you probably might heard some of the foreigners on YouTube. They talk how much they like about China, right? So I just want to tell you why that's the case. So if you don't plan to buy an apartment, then you probably don't need to spend a lot of money. That's also one of the reasons why my Western friend, they choose to stay in China, because they think everything is so cheap. You can get a beer for $2, or get a meal for 30 or 50 RMB. And then you can just take a taxi for a fairly reasonable price. Those foreigners always say, hey, all those costs is so cheap, people work so hard here, life is wonderful. Why? Because they can get all those benefits for a reasonable price. But if you think the other way around, right, if you are the one who are the construction workers who have to work 24/7, or if you are a delivery guy who have to ride your scooter around the city and making a mediocre salary, and you may not ever be able to afford an apartment here in the mega city you work, then you probably will have a different experience, right? So I'm gonna just say, yes, if you are rich, China is probably the place for you. You can have a lot of social connection, a lot of things you can just get around with your connection and the money you got. You can get a a nanny for maybe 5,000 RMB per month. They will cook for you, wash your clothes, and do everything. And you can also hire a driver, personal driver. A lot of rich people in China got a personal driver, even they are not billionaire. Okay, if you are a millionaire in China, you can actually get a personal driver. So, which costs probably 5,000 RMB per month, right? But I mean, in some other Western city, you can never do that. So that's one of the reasons why so many foreigners, they enjoy their lives here, because the cost of living is still relatively cheaper than the cost of living in some other Western country, if you don't plan to buy any real estate in those mega cities in China. Okay, that's what I want to say. If you're an ordinary Chinese kid, if you just graduate from university, then we all know if you want to get an apartment, which is extremely expensive, even more expensive than some of the mega city in the West. And with that average salary, it probably costs 50 years of working without spending any single penny. Okay, so then your life would totally be different. So whenever I saw some foreigners, they are praising how wonderful the life is in China, I just want to say one thing, that is because you are not an ordinary Chinese, you are actually a Westerner. Even you don't have a lot of money, but as a native English speaker, at least you can get a decent English teaching job, which probably can make 20,000 RMB per month, which is already way beyond the average salary of those like ordinary Chinese guys, right? So you are already beyond average, and also you can use a VPN and you can still connect to the outside world. Just let you know, technically VPN is still not legal. If you can check some of the news, some of the people from mainland China, they actually got arrested for using a VPN, but it never ever happened to a foreigner yet. Okay, so you don't have to worry about that anymore. And usually if you're a foreigner, people tend to treat you a little bit better, especially you're from a Western country. I mean, even like those public officer like police or social worker, they tend to treat you with a little extra respect. Because if they don't treat you like that, if there is some issue, it's not gonna be some like domestic issue they can just address very quickly. You can actually call your embassy and there's gonna be some like foreign policy issue, right? So that's also different. That's why I think most foreigners, I would say actually if you are a tourist from the West and then you just come to China, you will definitely like it, okay? That's no issue. And if you go somewhere, you see all the changes, you see all the city landscape, you will appreciate all that. But if you just think about it for a second, like all those changes which is done by those construction workers or those people at the bottom, they have to work 24/7. Basically they have to work their ass off in order to achieve that great change in the short period of time. Do you think they really want to do that? If you are a construction workers, if they pay you, let's say 4,000 RMB, are you gonna do it? You probably not, right? If you are the one doing it and people say, wow, China is so great, and are you gonna appreciate that? I just don't know. If you think from the other point, I mean, I might be a little bit picky or demanding, but I just want to say it's all about perspective. If you think from a rich people, definitely he will like it. He enjoy all the things because they are the beneficiaries of this kind of system. But if you think from a ordinary workers, that's why I always say like Elon Musk, he probably like China the most because he can have a Tesla factory set up for like 3 months, right? People gonna work overtime, he gonna pay less, and then there's no union, virtually there's no union, and so people are not gonna like quit their job or have a strike. There's no something like that. Okay, if you don't want to work, you can go, okay? You can't just stop the process, there's no argument back and forth. So yeah, if you think about it from like businessmen, yeah, you definitely like it. That's why also so many factory business leaders, they move to China. But if you think it from a ordinary workers living in China, life might be a little bit different, right? They work their ass off in order to support their family. So yeah, I know I rumble a little bit too much, but hope that all makes sense to you guys, okay? So yeah, I think that's it. So that's why I think if you are a foreigner, probably you will like China more than some of the Western countries. Okay guys, the milking cow activity probably is about to start. It's almost 5 o'clock, so we're just gonna head back and then try to milk some cow. So yeah, that milking cow experience was pretty weird. I don't know how to describe. Anyways, I think that's pretty much it for this video. It's getting late. We don't have much light here. So yeah, gonna call it a day. If you liked the video, hit the like button and subscribe. Catch you on the next one, alright? Peace.